Let's continue today with talk about the grey matrix and what it's good for. Remember, we saw how it was good for planning, for knowing where our people are that we're trying to talk to and to reach. But now we want to look at how it can be used as a tool for knowing how effective we are being with what we have on the air, or what we're writing, or what we're doing, how our ministry is performing, and if we're really shooting at the right place. We need to be honest. I think that's one of the preconditions of doing this exercise, is that we have to agree to be honest with ourselves and with one another. So how can we begin to know our effectiveness? We don't have to use any precise instruments of measurement, but rather look at a few basic things. What are the things that we talk about? Are they things that will interest people and which impact their daily lives? We need to think about the words we're using. To be honest, we're so prone to use words that we talk about in church, and we expect everybody to know them and not realize that these words are not words that the average person really knows. They're not part of his vocabulary. We also need to be honest with ourselves about how interested we are in those people we're trying to reach, them. We don't often have contact with them, maybe. We don't know what they read, what they think, what they like, what they don't like, what they do. But we should make an effort in that regard so that we understand them and their lives. And then how about analysing the feedback that we get? What are they saying? What are they not saying? Perhaps we're not even getting any feedback. If so, we have a serious problem on our hands. So what might we find? We might be finding that our programs are aimed at one set of people, but really they're not the people that are responding, or they're not the people that are interested, they're not the people that are writing. They're a different set of people altogether. We may find that we're making the wrong kinds of programs that won't really interest the people, even if we are using the right language. We may find that our programs, to be honest, are only really listened to and understood by Christians. We may even find that our programs cannot be understood at all, which would be a big problem. And we may find that we really don't know the people we're trying to reach. So let's be honest. Let's be prepared to face the facts and remind ourselves of what we said earlier. We need to match our programs to suit our audience. Now, there's a little book that I wrote 20 years ago, Radio Programming Roles, which helps us to find suitable programs for the audience we are selecting. There's 14 different kinds of roles that we as Christian broadcasters or Christian writers can fulfill. But they are not good for everyone. Some are suited to one kind, some to another kind. Now, why is it so important that we care about this? After all, do we believe that God will bless whatever we do if we do it with the right heart and with the right spirit? We have to go back, I think, to the mission of FEBC. What do we exist for? For the many years I was with FEBC, we kept going back to the main purpose. What could we, through radio or through media, uniquely contribute to the role of mission in the church? What is the role of media in the mission of the church today? Because that's what God is going to hold us accountable for. That is what we have to do well. that is what we can do that others can't. That's why God brought us into existence and gave us a ministry. We need to ask God clearly to show us what he wants us to be doing. We need to pray about it, pray about the people that he wants us to be speaking to or writing for, and then do it well and do it to the best of our ability. And if we don't have the background knowledge, if we don't have the education, oh, let's work hard so that we can become learners together and do the very best. Finally, I'd really like to give a word of praise, thanks, encouragement to you program leaders, program directors, and all the hard work you put into making programs, into knowing your audience, selecting your subject, doing your research, and all those good things which often don't get noticed, and you do day after day, day after day, and maybe you make all these things, or you do all these things, but you don't hear much from anybody who's listening, and it can be very discouraging. So my grateful thanks to you. God sees what you're doing. I'm very grateful that we have such faithful people in FEBC who continue the vision and the work and the mission of FEBC. God bless you.